Hello, welcome. This is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. Welcome back to another Sunday spiritual vibe message. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, please, you are so welcome. We'd love to see you guys watching me on YouTube at Dr. Traci K with an I, or you can like me on Facebook at the Working It Out series. You can come and join our group in Facebook. It's a private group. It's called the Spiritual Vibration Challenge. You will be so welcome and so valued. And another shout out to everyone in there. All the wonderful, amazing, motivational, spiritual art and quotes that are being given to uplift people every day. And if you need any type of spiritual support, or you have a gratitude you want to share, you can come check that out on my workingitoutseries.com. And you can go to the wall of gratitude, or just check out everything that you can imagine on that website. It has free mini courses. You can get a free consultation. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do also. And if you want to become a certified practitioner in areas that are fitness and lifestyle professional, you can check out some of those courses in the Working It Out Academy. Now, one thing I want to talk about is, did you know that after your appearance, you are judged immediately by the way that you speak? People will assume all kinds of things about you, from your social class to your educational background, or how well-mannered or even ill-mannered you are. To your educational background may not always matter, but if you don't have that, learning to be elegant is what I want to talk about today. And this is something that you want to practice in, well, whether you're looking or dressing or even not, you have elegancy to help you in any manner that you need to. And speaking in a crass manner on your journeys, it's become an elegant individual. It's imperative that you refine yourself in a way that you speak, so you portray an image of respectability and class. This is for everyone, male and female. And I want to share with you some ways you can do that. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, you are looking for something that is valuable to add to your practice. And I ask that you like and subscribe so you get reminders of any type of new videos or new things going on, so we can keep in touch. And I would love to get your comments and feedback, and let me know if there's something you want me to do a presentation on or speak about, or there's something that's in your mind and your heart that you want to share. I'd be happy to take a look and do whatever I can, because I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys to basically learn some great ways to become enlightened and also valuable, because maybe you're in these moments in your life, and we all go through them, where whether you are in a position in your life where you're maybe not seeing that value from other aspects in your outside towards you, doesn't mean you have to accept that. You can be grateful for it, but you can also learn how to become a better version of yourself. And that's what this is about. And I want you to really get the most out of your level up journey. It's not all about looks. Not all about fashion. There are certain things in your vocabulary, in the way you speak, that probably need to improve. So therefore, please keep watching, keep listening if you're on the podcast. This is to help you, guide you into understanding what elegance is. And if you are already on this podcast, welcome back to another Level Up video tour for 2000. For those you don't know my name and you're new to this channel, I am Dr. Traci K. I am the founder and director of a Working Out Academy, plus an ambassador to many areas when it comes to beauty and fashion and welfare and elegance, areas of spirituality, enlightenment, which basically is a platform to where I teach globally how to become the best version of themselves, meaning self-empowered growth. I am a self-growth expert and fitness also, and many other areas, but that's not important here because it's important about that we today guide you in the best way that we can. And we'll be going through some crucial points that you must take on board if you want to refine your vibrational self, because vibration is the key, and the way you speak and mistakes that you must avoid that could ultimately cost you the image when it comes to the way you speak, and understanding how to control his emotions so that you work so hard to attain. So without further ado, I want to let it get straight in to these points. Now, elegance is a refinement. It's a lifestyle. Number one, don't use fillers. Well, if you like, like whatever, want to create a very, image, really good, basically, good image. Now see, how bad did that sound? How bad did that sound? Oh, it sounded terrible, didn't it? That sounded awful. Using these kind of words such as, like, whatever, what. You know what you're really doing? You're really buying time. And you're not really structured in your approach within your conversation. And that is something that is that you need to avoid, because when you use these kind of fillers, and I bet you all thought I talk about beauty fillers, didn't you? That was so funny. I know, right? Because I'm beauty and fashion, and I know that's what a lot of you, especially you women, probably, the first thing that came to mind, fillers. Oh, Botox? But no, I'm actually talking about these so-called phrases that I'm using. And when you use these type of fillers, you risk boring your listener. And this is not something that you want to do, because people will just forget about you. And they won't give you that really area that you would like to, because they just not really want to speak to you after that kind of stuff. You need to start training yourself to stop using these type of words. it's not a good way to level up when you want to deal with things in your life. And this is especially for men too. I mean, women are always wanting to learn about elegancy, but men, you need to listen to this, because a lot of men, they frump, their energy state, it's like they don't give that vibrational, and they need to learn, or they're disrespectful, or they look down, or they make comments, or they use pimp type stuff where they think, throwing a comment at a woman is going to be a way to break their spirit. This is not elegant, and it is not a spiritual way of enlightenment, and it's not a way to level up. You will never find that quality woman that you want. And if you do, and I mean, you'll find yourself, basically, they will be the ones that will look outside of everything and just use you as a furniture. Basically, you're just furniture. And what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter how old you are, men. You need to create elegance in your life. Maybe you don't want to dress in a suit. Now, the men that do, they wear suits every day, and or they dress elegant, or, again, elegance is about leveling up. If you're trying to attract a more of a luxury life, or a good life, or an enlightenment life, or a joyful life, or some areas, even if you don't dress in suits every day, but your pants are fitting you nice, or not hanging down, they're basically, your shirt is not over large, or if you do, but dress in that type of fashion where it's that showing of your confidence, of you have that elegant class about you. And if you guys want to learn more about how to attract that vibrational, you can check out, I have an actual course on that, and it's actually getting a lot of popular views. And also the sexual attraction of pheromone tones, one of my major popular views that has been noticed. And you can check that out. That's actually in the Working It Out Academy series, in the Academy, if you want to check it out, Working Out series, or you can check out and get a brief little sneak preview of that on my channel and YouTube, in the area where you're talking about meditations, or in the playlist, or just search it. You'll find that. But let's get back to our point here, our crucial point. So, instead of using these fillers, I'm going to suggest that you take a brief pause. Now, I do this in my things to gather your train of thoughts. It leaves people like, okay, are you going to finish it? Oh, I want to know more. Also, and then continue to speaking. You don't have to speak so far that's speaking so fast. That's another one I talk about as a crucial point. Speaking very fast. It's not very eloquent. And you find those people that speak super fast, or they always will jump in and interrupt somebody's conversation. That two of the conversations that are going on are more of a regular, even flow vibrational tone, and then someone comes in and attacks over your conversation, interrupts, answers the questions, or puts their comment in, or puts their opinion in, and they're speaking fast, and then all of a sudden they've broken your line of communication, and now it's all about them. And that tends to automatically say, oh, how rude, oh, okay. And it's just not elegant. And, if you want to be part of the conversation, you can add some joy into that, like, oh, or ask. Or just the good thing about that is to listen. And it's the same way with men. If men are having a conversation and they're talking about something, their subject, and someone has to come up and interrupt, it's nice, there's ways to do that. You can actually touch them on the shoulder. That breaks the vibration and makes them recognize that there's something important. Or, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. And then another thing is about what men need to understand. This includes with parenting, with don't ever say, angry words like cut somebody down because they're asking your attention real quick. It might be important. You don't ever do that. It's the worst thing you could ever do, especially if you're a parent. Now, I understand if they're a child or they're interrupting, you can do it a different way. You can basically just kind of smile and say, oh, sure, one moment, honey, but you know what? If you're a child, adults are talking, you're very important. You're so important to me, but right now, mommy's in something that's important, and I will hear. But if it's an adult child, and they need your attention, clearly they're not doing it to be rude or interrupt. That it's important. Maybe that it's very important or maybe they just need to go and they real quick. You don't ever cut somebody down, but it's the way you present yourself. You touch them on the lightly, smile, but you do not respond. You recognize, because that's just disrespectful. And that's one thing that is part as a male in eloquency. Smile. Always show some decency of eloquency. So, let's talk about another crucial point here. And speaking in a measured tone. Now, a lot more fluent number to speak in a measured tone. Speaking in a measured tone is really a skill. It's a skill. It's a practice. Maybe you've not been grown up around that. Maybe you grew up around a lot of people yelling. And it's something that's been embedded and programmed in you. Or maybe you have been yelled so much that you're so suppressed that you can't even be confident to even speak in a regular measured tone. So let's go into that. This takes time to master. This involves not speaking too loudly or too softly, or even in a monotone way. Men do this a lot. I myself I'm hearing impaired. I have a hearing disability, pretty much close to where I have no hearing. I'm that's far on my hearing impairment. So I go based on vibration. I have no idea if I'm speaking loud sometimes or if I'm speaking too soft. And so it's a major practice to me. And sometimes I get people saying, you're speaking too loud, that are close to me. Oh, and I have to, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was speaking too loud. It's a very hard thing for me to practice. Sometimes, if people grow up with, they're deaf, they don't even know what their voice sounds like. Maybe it sounds real funny. Have you heard that? So, I learned. I was my parents put me in special types of training program to learn how to speak better and be eloquent. My mother was very good at that. She also put me in pageants and talent schools. Because of my disability, I was scared of people. I was shy of people, and they made fun. And, they didn't know, because hearing disabilities are an invisible thing and people don't know. So what do? They make fun of you. They tease you. I was a blonde, so they would just say, oh, she's dizzy, because I wouldn't pay attention to them or I couldn't hear them. And, that's the kind of thing that's cool for you. But thank goodness I used that to my positive benefit, which actually created me more popular, actually. But in a sense, it is something that you have to overcome. And my mother was really great at that. And I suggest this to all those this includes men. Men need to go through this. Boys, putting them in very young in some type of dance or art so that they can learn that grace, that eloquency, that elegant way of training their aura, confidence, being on stage, putting them in pageants, putting them on stage in talent, theater. It's a way that really helps you in success later on. Grace and physique type of deals, those type of stuff are very, very good to put everyone when they're in a very young age. And that really helps with later on in their life. And it will continue because it'll make them more competitive. It'll make them more motivated to get and want to be leveling up in that. So when I talk about being able to speak, say for instance you're on a bus or a subway or a public space of somewhere and people basically are inadvertently listening to your conversation. You want to ensure that you're speaking in a very, lower tone, just to stop people from eavesdropping in your conversation, because it's just not very nice, like I talked about earlier here. So that's another something. People listening to everything that you're saying or, space. You want to pace and tone to give your words meaning. Vibrational things of meaning that you're saying also that puts emotions into them. So they want to keep listening, and they want to, basically it sets a social setting of an attraction level, law of attraction. For example, networking events or job interviews. So in the day today, we mostly are doing them on the Zoom calls or through telephone type of deal. So you want to take your time to really try and master this kind of skill. Another crucial point is don't raise your voice, ever. This includes you men. It just isn't very gentlemanlike. It's not very classy. It's not very eloquent. Women, I grew up like that. I had to yelling, and it's just like it just was ridiculous. It was such an uncomfortable way to grow up. I didn't like coming home. I just wanted to be around, away from that negativity and that yelling and that constant complaining and narcissism. It wasn't very, a wonderful way to be raised. And again, yet I was raised in a very high class, social class type of setting. But when it comes to, luckily I was put into these programs. I was always busy. I like that because that way I didn't have to deal with it. So it's like, when you deal with this, you learn it's just joy to be around luxury and eloquency. If you feel how it feels, it just feels so good. And that's what you want. So don't raise your voice. And I know it's hard. It's hard. If you shout when you no longer have the word, ladies, do it when in your own private, hit a pillow, put a pillow, scream in the shower, whatever you got to do. But just, if you raise your voice, if you shout, this is you men too. If you shout, if you raise your voice, then you will no longer have the word elegant attached to. It's as simple as that. Speaking too loudly is just tacky. Now, with me, I'm hearing this people. Some people have to speak louder to me. I've learned. I'm not a master at it, but I learned to read lips. And, of course, hearing aids help or amplifiers help. It's just something that I should, practice. And it's something that if you already don't have that issue, then this is something that you need to incorporate to never raise your voice. This is in any type of adult situation, whether you have an adult child, or it's your family members, it's your friends, or if it's your coworkers, if it's your any networking job. I mean, it's not attached to elegant. So elegant is simply, it's just crass, basically. It's tacky. It's not gentlemanlike, and it's not ladylike. So please, you want to reason to yourself, and I know that there's you ladies, you get with your friends, or you men, you get with your boys, and you're having this fantastic time, or maybe you're drinking or something, and yeah, maybe you laugh loudly, you joke and you say silly things, which is, it's okay, understandable, but you cannot easily switch on and off depending on the kind of social setting. It needs to be more of a controlled, and that's another thing, is there are times when it's okay, it's fun, it's cheering, like, during holidays but it's got to be, make sure that it's in a safe type of environment, and the others are also, it's just where you can be safe, you can fall back, it's just that cushion part. So there's no harm in that, or if you feel the spirit in you, so to speak. I understand you can get loud when you feel the spirit. Oh, you're feeling the Holy Spirit in you, and you need to say, oh, so good, claim it, yes. Those are different. When you're in that social setting where you're empowered, you're self-empowered, and you feel that spirit of enlightenment and spiritual vibration going, and you just want to just share it, and everybody wants to share it with you, and you say, okay, and you say, it's okay to share it, then you can share it. So good. I claim it. Amen. So mote it be. Hallelujah. Whatever you got to do, or go girl, go boy, that thing. That's in the sense of in your social settings. So be on your best behavior, adapt to your social setting. That's what you find yourself remembering, that you need to basically understand where your voice needs to be raised at. So you just want to make it sure it's mannered. Now, sometimes, lady, it baffles me that when I see women talk or dominate a conversation, literally, and this is men too, without even giving any thought to the listener's facial expressions, or sometimes a listener could, without giving, listener could look so bored or so aggravated and annoyed, yet the speaker just keeps going on and on. And I understand that can be something, because maybe you're dealing with somebody that is an older person, or maybe they're just not as high-spirited as you, and they're not reciprocating, until you seem like you have to always keep the conversation going, and that is frustrating, I'm sure. But if there is actual where they're annoyed, then you need to recognize that, take a step back, and allow them, and this is the way to get it. You can throw. Most people love it when it's about them. So you want to take and you want to turn and put that back on and give them back the power and the sense of control, so that, and you'll see their eyes will lift up and they'll get brighter and like, oh, it's about me now. Great. And the good things are like, talk about, just that way. And that's the one thing, it'll light them up, and you'll see that facial expression go away, and it'll be wonderful, and you get to listen. That's the give and take of the whole type of being elegant. Elegant is when it's finding ways to be about that other person. You lift that other person into spirit to share their knowledge. And everybody loves to talk about that kind of stuff themselves. Who doesn't love to learn more about themselves, right? And this way you get to know each other and what they're more about. And that's something that people love to know about. And there are some people that are really, really good at that, and those are very successful people. It's about sensing that and sharing something that you have in common is another good thing, is a crucial point. Find that one subject that you connect really well with when it comes to elegance. Elegant is about, do your research. Always do your research. Research is good when you're going to be in a social setting, who's going to be there. That way you're able to hold conversations, because then you know, and people are very impressed with that. And or how you're there for a reason. If you're connected some way, if you're with an opera, or it when it comes to strangers, it's a good thing to get them laughing, because tease, or if somebody's teasing themselves, you just kind of tease back with them about it, and it gets like, laughter, joy always gets more people more connected to you on a law of attraction wise. And so these are good crucial points when you become elegant. That's elegant. That's elegancy. Elegance. Eloquent. You can learn that this can be very important. Also, your eyes, suggesting that you always set your intention, because that is a crucial power to manifestation. When you set your intention before you go anywhere, or you meditate, or you pray, this will automatically draw the universe to help you in any situation that you want. In eloquency, practice every day some type of, you can check out here, these candle meditations and art music therapy can help you. Fridays are really good for that. Pink candle meditation, white candle meditation for Mondays, Tuesdays. This is self-care, self-esteem, self-improvement, and empowers you to be able to be in the social setting that you want to attract, and don't allow that to be anything else. If you want to level up in your life and level up and be the best version of yourself, then this is something that I think is very crucial to learn, and that's elegance. Elegance is a beautiful word, isn't it? Just saying that word. So another thing I want to is a crucial point is avoid excessive use of hand gestures. Now, I have Italian in me. Sicilian in me. I got other things in me too, like German and stuff. But I am surrounded. I'm used to using my hands, but also using your hands is a form I learned with Tai Chi, where it brings in energy, it releases energy, it brings good energy. It's the same way in any level when it comes to speaking. If you're trying to pull that energy towards you, to welcome it or attract it, it's a way to be able to. It's matching, mirroring and matching is another good thing you can learn. This is all about signaling. It's a signal, just like with baseball they use. I learned a lot more about hand gesture because of sign language. Sign language is something I learned. I don't master it. I know a lot of my sign language, but since most of the people I deal in my life don't know sign language, I have to learn to read lips. So if I don't practice it, I lose some of it, but I still remember some. So I try to remind myself to learn and refresh me on my sign language. So when it comes to that type of thing, hand gestures are very important. So it's the same way as when it comes to being elegant, and it's about signaling. It's all about you're signaling a gesture. So you don't want to overdo it. I mean, sign languages can be frustrating. Just watching it. Yeah, I have that with that because it's like, oh, I can't keep up with that, But I have to learn it too. But I just get to the point. I myself, when I'm watching hand sign languages, it gives me a headache. When I have somebody doing sign language to me, I go straight to the lips, and or the gesture, or I look at their vibration, and so you get to understand what I'm saying when it comes to over excessive on your signaling, so to speak, when it comes to hand. I remember watching, I'll give you an example. I watched this YouTube ad where this guy was he was trying to get you to do some quiz to learn about your hormone type, and he was way bored. I mean, it was so his hand gestures. He had these really big, thick, fat type of hands, and he was a big guy. He wasn't much to look at. He wasn't like a good-looking guy or anything. He was just some guy that was expert in the field when it comes to hormones, and basically his hands, he kept doing these certain types of gestures over and over, and it was I totally lost interest in what he was saying. And I think there was a lot. I think later on he found out there was a lot of comments about it. I think maybe because later on they took and changed it and put a color block over his hands and just allowed just the top of his, and so that people wouldn't be distracted by that. And it worked. It was so much better. Way to go, whoever did that. But you understand my point? Politicians. Who do we not recognize the gestures of politicians? So immediately they use these certain types of signals and gestures, and they're recognized and end up being famous for that type of gesture. Donald Trump is one of them. He's a major one of them that has these gestures with his hand, and when everybody sees that, they can pinpoint that's a Donald Trump hand gesture right there. So you understand my point? So it can be good and it can be bad. And my thing, everybody recognizes me for my stuff where I do the heart claim it heart. You bring the 2 C's, claim it heart, claim it. So it catches on. So when it comes to elegant, you find that niche, the one type of gesture that works for you and attracts those that you want to attract in your target in that area field. When you're folding your arms, if you look at one of my photos, it's actually on my Facebook, the way I fold my arms. Do you notice that my hands are not locked underneath my armpits? They're actually laying on top of my elbows. This is a form of empowered woman. It's a form of, I hear you, I teach, I educate. It's a very structured gesture of educational type of pose. The way that you pose in your photos. There's all kinds of gestures. If you want to learn about posing, you can I highly suggest that you check out Fitstyle magazine. Go back and look at some of their issues. There's several issues I know for a fact that because they go, they're all about modeling, fitness, health, lifestyle. There are issues in that. There are issues that talk about posing. Posing for like swimsuit, posing for red carpets, posing for photography, posing for your style, the way your stage presence is, so forth. Check out that magazine. And if you haven't heard of Fitstyle, I'll link it down in the description box. But that's another good thing about that. And so, when it comes to all these areas, these are just some of the crucial points that I can bring to you when it comes to being elegant. And so, go ahead and let you know right now that smile and expressiveness is so important. Don't be stiff. You learn to shift and be expressive and smile, whether it's through your lips, through your eyes. It's a really good one with your eyes. That is so good. So when it comes to your eyes, ladies, I highly check out Traci K Beauty and Fashion, makeup and style for your eyes, for your age, or get some products that offer those areas. Check out some of the, you can get, there's tons of makeup tutorials out there, guys, right? Making sure your eyes are attractive enough so that they actually are expressive. And men, I'm sorry, you need to work on your skincare. I don't care how old you are. I'm sorry, but in this day and age, being that rough marble man look is not in anymore. I'm sorry, it's not. You need to take care of your skincare. You need to learn to take care of your eyes. Take care of your beard. Take care of your hair. Take care of your skin. That's so important. And I have that type of stuff for men that, even if you want it simple, aftershave, it's a great Father's Day gift. It's a great gentleman's gift. Your beard, there's tons of products I have. They're all natural, cruelty-free, that you can check out because skincare is so important. And a lot of my skincare, if you check it out, is unisex. It's not highly over-fragrant, nothing like that. It's great for sensitive. It's just be used. And all you got to do is click on skincare. So that is something that's very important because whether it's your hands need to be taken care of. There's a product for it. Your elbows, your neck, keeping that firm neck. Elegancy is about all from the chest up. Mostly, people see that part, because they're not going to look down at you, right? That would be kind of, rude, right? Or maybe harassment. So, if people talk to you, they're going to be looking at you from the chest up, your head, your face, your arms, your hands, your eyes, your lips. Conditioning your lips are a good thing. Lip conditioners, lip scrubs, wonderful tips I can get. So I'm going to go ahead with that being said. I think this is a great little tip on how to be making and leveling up for a better version of yourself. And with that being said, I want to introduce you to some of my book. I got some book out there, workbooks and books that are all about self-esteem and becoming a better version of yourself. I have an excellent course you can take, the Working It Out Academy. It's called the Self-Esteem Workshop course, Self-Esteem. It's great, amazing course. It's so highly valued and it's on sale right now. And if you want to, or if you can't, just check out the books on Amazon. I will link that all so you can check them out. And I think that this is a great way to give you a sneak peek of how you can help yourself. And one thing is about elegance. And so, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and everybody, just right now, we're going to work on that word in our minds and visualization. So bring your hands together in prayer mode. Take a deep breath in. Bring that word elegance into your mind right now, in your third eye. Elegance. Say it. Elegance in your mind. Repeat it. Elegance. Make it a mantra. I am elegant. People see me as elegant. Class, elegant. I am gentlemanly elegant. Releasing that breath as you're saying this. Visualizing all that elegance is. Feel that word. Bring it into your mind's eye. Pull it deep into your heart chakra. Let it seep all the way down. Elegant. Make it a light if you need to. What is elegant to you? I see it as a beautiful royal purple color. Sparkling gold, sparkles, and white and electric all around my aura. Maybe you see it as blue. Blue in water and waves. I am elegant. Then get another deep breath in. Oh, so good, so good, so good. Release, 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 release. Thank you so much for coming to share your practice with me today. Lift your hands up to your third eye. Go and shine your light and love to all. And now bow to claim it. See you guys on the next episode. Take care.